Hello. Instead of going into town to a coronation crowd with all the rain and everything, I decided to stay with the family, and we sat and watched the coronation on the TV in the morning, and then in the afternoon we went round to some friends, and then we had some people coming over to us later on, or to them, my son and daughter-in-law and family, and so it was quite an interesting day anyway. And this is a set of napkins that one of the guests brought. He's Irish, and so this is a sort of Irish version of the coronation. The Union flag is green. Here we have the rose of England and the thistle of Scotland and the daffodil of Wales, but crowning them all is the shamrock of Ireland. And it's actually rather interesting because it's just another way of looking at the coronation, I suppose. It just shows you it's sort of all things to all men. And that was, he gave me a whole stack of them. So that was quite good fun. But before I get on to this idiot woman who's talking about the coronation being too white, I'm going to tell you I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds, and on Twitter and Gab. On Twitter and Gab, I let you know when I've uploaded a new video, and all the links to my platforms are in the description. Also a link to donation sites if you want to donate to my channel. But really, honestly, the best thing you can do is like and share and subscribe. And please check your subscription, because I've noticed that even though the numbers are, YouTube's telling me my numbers are up, my subscriptions are going down. And YouTube does that every so often. So just check that you're still subscribed. Right. On with the primary thing. I will do some reflections about the coronation. I've been making notes, but I wanted to talk about this first. And this is, it says here, the coronation balcony scene was terribly white, says Bridgerton star Adjoa. I do not, what did she expect? Really? It's an English family in a country that's like 98% white. This is such horrible racist nonsense, and this should not be accepted. We shouldn't regard it as, just some idiot spouting off. This is rubbish. And anyway, let's just have a look at this. Actress says appearance of the royal family was in contrast with the events at Westminster Abbey, which showed rich diversity. I'm glad that the royal family managed to please her at least the once. Of course, so it's like there is absolutely nothing that the establishment can do that would satisfy her, short of an entire family of Nigerians taking over the monarchy. Now, I have an idea anyway. Now, let's face it, all these people here are white. White, to coin a phrase from the now Scottish First Minister.
White. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The Head of the Law Society, white. The Head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every Prison Governor, white. And not just Justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white. The Chief Veterinary Officer, white. The Chief Social Work Advisor, white. Almost every trade union in this country headed by people who are white. In the Scottish Government, every Director General is white. Every chair of every public body is white. That is not good enough.
I just thought I'd put that in. Okay. The family is white because they are the indigenous people of this country, and that line has been sort of, with a few twists and turns, around for the past 1,000 years. What would you expect? Now, there was a chance for some persons of colour to be on that balcony. They got the gig, they got the honours, they got the titles, but they ended up deciding that they didn't want the work, and so they're not on that balcony. And that's the top and bottom of it, isn't it? There is a royal member of the family who is a person of colour, and she decided to put two fingers up to the British people and the royal family and bugger off to California. And that's why that is terribly white. And you'd think that Adjoa Ando might have had a bit more sense than to come out with that racist claptrap. But no, and the worst of it is she's going to get a good hearing from a lot of the mainstream media. And yeah, I think it's disgraceful. I enjoyed watching the coronation. I was, despite myself, somewhat in awe of the continuity of the religious observances, the ancient traditions, the new ones. It was nice to see people from all over the world and all religions and colours there. It was lovely. It was a coming together of the world. The fact is, it's this family here who facilitated that. And however white they are, they facilitated a coming together in a place of worship of people from all over the world. And don't you think that's a remarkable achievement? And that bloody idiot comes out with that rubbish. She doesn't do, well, people who are not white any good at all with those sorts of comments. The royal family obviously have no problems welcoming people who are not white into their ranks. It seems that the people who are not white who come into their ranks can't take the pressure. That's not their fault. Okay, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.